Our next speaker is Troy Fletcher from the Yurok Tribe, and he'll be talking about flows for fish. And solutions to flows for fish.
I need to stay on time. My name is Troy Fletcher. I work with the Yurok Tribe. I'm a tribal member and have been working on Klamath issues for quite a while. And I'm not going to talk about flows for fish or solutions just yet. You know, you've all heard the saying that you can't pick your relatives. And that's kind of like us in the basin. We really can't pick our relatives in the basin. We're all neighbors. We're all community members. But we're kind of like a big family because we're all kind of related. We're kind of stuck here. And, you know, Bill, you talked about, was it a love nest? Or did you say love nest or love fest? I'm not sure what either. I have a better picture of love fest, but not the love nest. And you kind of talked about one of our relatives, right? You can't choose your relatives, but, you know, this Felice is our relative. We still love him, but, you know, gosh. But I'll still sit at the dinner table with other relatives and just talk about how that relative just doesn't get it. And I love the guy and respect the guy, and I'm sure that I'm talked about the same way around other tables throughout the basin, and I'm sure that goes on. So, you know, we have to understand, appreciate that we're connected. You're not getting away from me, because you're going to be connected to me because of our interest in the basin and where we're at. And it's taken me years to understand that I'm not going to do it, Mr. Foley. I'm not going to get into an argument over whose rights are superior, because that's not going to get us anywhere either today. It's really about how we solve our collective issues and how we get to the solution for fish, which isn't really a solution for fish at all. The solution for fish really boils down to basin stability. I'm not going to say sustainability because I don't know what the hell that means. I have a hard enough time in my own mind thinking about what basin stability means. I know what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean we sit and argue over science ad infinitum. It doesn't mean that we sit and argue over whose rights are superior to others. All of those types of arguments just perpetuate status quo. And I'll tell you now, status quo is not going to work. Status quo will never work. And so it's up for us to bring our relatives in the basin along, regardless of which extreme they're at. If they're on the left in their far extreme, or if they're on the right in their extreme, they're gonna minimize, they're gonna lessen, is I guess a better word. Their influence or impact in being part of the solution. The time to put a line in the sand and a sand. Give me a second. The time to draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not budging, I'm not gonna step forward to you. That's old, that's past, we've been there, we've done that. That's caused, part of the problem has been caused to date because of all of our willingness to be immovable. And I think conferences like this are great because it's really a collection of people saying we got to do something. Nobody knows what really to do, right? And by the number of people that are talking about solutions, that tells you something. So the solution for fish flows is really a solution that boils down to basin stability. I can't expect to have flows for fish unless I know that farmers in the upper basin and in certain parts of the basin, all parts of the basin, are going to be stable. The two you can't do one without the other. And it doesn't mean everybody gets status quo. It means people have to step up and own something. I don't have to have an irrigator or farmer, for example, say, yes, fish need X amount of water. That should be left up to me, to biologists or whatever, to determine when that's okay. Because I should be working, though, to provide opportunities for stability for that community, and then expecting that community in turn to care about fish and water for fish. I don't think it's necessary to really get into a big old debate over dams either, right? That used to be a debate. Dams are coming out. Dams will come out if we have anything to say, and we're going to do our damnedest to get those dams out. So it's about looking at impacts. It's about looking at our neighbors, and it's about doing the best we can to bring everybody along in the basin towards stability. And if we have basin stability, that will mean fish flows. That'll mean people that depend on fisheries will be stable. That'll mean, God forbid, everybody else is stable too. You can't have any one person or any one group in the basin unstable. Otherwise, everybody's unstable. There's a lot of unstable people in this basin. I guess I'm up here as proof of that. So, and the longer I talk, the less stable I get. So I'm going to let you go. I think, like I said, we all have a responsibility. We can't pick our relatives. We all have to step forward toward the other. Nobody is going to be able to hide in their own little corner of this basin and think that they're not going to have to step forward and be part of the solution. And those that are on the fringe and those that want to be extreme will lose their opportunity to play a meaningful role in bringing this family together in this basin and creating stability. Thank you.